What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we only have 9 MLB games tomorrow. A little unfortunate, lighter day, but college football starts on Saturday, and I'm going to be taking you through the best bets. I found 3 sharp MLB bets for 3 of these games, so let's go ahead, let's get into it. And again, oftentimes, right, the best betting opportunities will occur when sportsbooks first post odds. You never know when these line discrepancies are going to occur, when sportsbooks are going to slip up, right? Essentially, as a sharp, profitable bettor, you're kind of like an investor. Sometimes you're on the sidelines waiting for there to be a great investment, and other times there's a lot of good bets. And typically, when sportsbooks first post odds for the upcoming day, there are some big line discrepancies. So the first one I locked in with a 1.91% profit margin is the Mets -3 at +150. I locked in the under 7.5 in the Yankees game at -105. And when I say odds can change fast, this is exactly what I mean. I hit this bet for 315.10 a few minutes ago before I started making this video. At -105, I bet it. It's already down to -110, so at a slightly worse price. The other bets are still available. And then the final bet I have is the Twins +1.5 -120, right? So again, the way that OddsJam works is very simple. It's just data-driven, sharp bets, right? So we can see I'm on the Mets -3 now. I have some huge tennis bet, which looks like it's a positive cash out and just started, but the same strategies that we talk about for MLB, they apply to tennis, college football. I bet on them all. So we have under 7.5 -105. We have the Twins bet. Where is that? The Twins bet, Twins +1.5 -120, 144.10. So that's the next bet I'm on. And again, this is exactly what OddsJam looks for, right? So let's just pull this up. This is exactly what we wanted. So essentially, this is basically just what OddsJam shows you. It's just these true pricing discrepancies, right? Like you can literally see for the Twins game tomorrow, no other sportsbook's giving better than the Twins were online at -130. We can pick this up -120 on FanDuel, right? So this bet's pretty ridiculous value, right? You can see Pinnacle is pricing this at -128. Bet Online, a pretty sharp offshore sportsbook, is pricing this at -135. DraftKings, Caesars -135. So essentially, this is an indication that there's value on FanDuel, right? Enough to outweigh the vig, outweigh the juice. And these are 3 sharp bets for tomorrow that I ended up locking in. So total profit margin is 887. We have this Yankees bet. We have this Twins bet. And then we also have this bet on Caesars on the Mets, run line. And again, the way to make money sports betting is you're constantly looking for these good bets, right? You never know when they're going to occur. So I try to use OddsJam, keep it open as much as I can, and just hit this refresh button. We'll hit it again and just see what's out there for the upcoming day and see if there's any bets I want to place. So we have the Mets right here. Profit margin actually went up a bit. Literally, it's fun. You're day trading sports. You're looking for bets essentially that are on sale, right? So this bet looks pretty good for tomorrow as well. The A is under 2.5, 3.14% profit margin. Doesn't seem particularly bad. So maybe we put some money on this as well. So we're kind of doubling down on the under in this game. But under 2.5 too is pretty light, but you can see that they're going to give me a max bet size of 204.50. So we can go ahead and we can hit this, right? We're day trading sports. So we have under 2.5 A's team total. So hopefully, these bets are obviously very correlated. So we have a 3.14% profit margin on this play. And then how much did we stake on it? 204.50, right? So essentially, this is another bet with a mathematical edge. I try to place as many as I can on a daily basis, right? Because literally you're just forming your own portfolio, your own hedge fund, whatever you want to call it, of sharp, profitable bets. And you never know when these awesome opportunities are going to occur where you're getting a lot of value. For example, we bet the White Sox -108. We can see what they are now on FanDuel. That was a positive EV play. So if we look at the White Sox, they're -116 now on FanDuel. So these spots with value, these great bets with value, you're not always going to be able to, you got to move quick and you got to be able to use OddsJam frequently to make sure you're placing, enough volume on these plays. So we could also take the under 6.5 in this game. Looks like decent value. Here's a nerfy bet. Seems like a little bit of value, but I'm going to hold off probably for now. And then we have another nerfy bet, right? Like first inning total runs, Astros Twins. Every single sportsbook has this juice towards the over, right? No other sportsbook's giving us better than minus 115. We're getting this plus 100. So actually maybe we lock this in as well for tomorrow. Might as well. I like nerfy bets. So we're just kind of, day trading sports, looking for these profitable bets. So we want to make sure we go to tomorrow. You got to know how to navigate these sports books quickly to get your bets down. So we go to runs, we go to yes run first inning, and we can lock this bet in for whatever. Like you can kind of approach bet sizing in a lot of ways. So this was 250.5%. So we have this, and then we have Astros, Twins, yes run first inning. So the reason, right, we like this play, and you may bet it a little bigger, even though the edge is slightly smaller, is like every single sports book in the market has the yes run first inning favored, right? So this really is a true pricing discrepancy on Caesars, even though the edge seems a little smaller, right? Whereas some other bets, for example, like this alternate run line, you can see that there's only, as opposed to here, where you have 4 sports books, 5 sports books, although these columns are just the same. You have 5 sports books that are pricing this market, and this looks good to all 4 other sports books. Here, there's only 3 other sports books, right? And then these 2 are the same. So it's actually only, 2 other sports books. So the more data you have that says, hey, this bet is good, the more likely you are to place that bet or bet it a little bigger. Another thing to consider is we bet the Mets -3 run line when it was 1.91% EV. It looks like lines have continued to drift towards the Mets, so now it's a slightly higher profit margin. So maybe that gives you an incentive that, hey, let's go bet a little more on the Mets for tomorrow, which maybe we'll do, right? Which might as well do. So we got DeGrom, you got Jacob DeGrom on the mound. Obviously, hopefully, probably the Mets are massive favorites on the money line, I would assume, -420. So pretty big favorites for an MLB money line, obviously, but maybe we put another 150 on this, right? So now we have 250 on this, and the edge is up to 2.07, right? So, using data to just kind of inform your bets, right? Kind of thinking about sports betting as a day trader or an investor and where you can get these spots with value that actually have a mathematical edge. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and let's make some money.